Understanding of ideas such as social equality, religious freedom is keenly contested in the political domain. There is no doubt that constitutional rights have been an important tool of social transformation in India. The enumeration of the various civil liberties and protection against arbitrary actions by the state are now identified as core elements of citizenship. With the deepening of democratic institutions in our country, the violations of the basic rights provoke a high degree of scrutiny from the judiciary, the press, and civil society groups. The regard for constitutional entitlements, such as universal adult franchise, have greatly reduced the coercive power of constitutional feudal social structure and empowered political parties that now effectively represent the interests of historically disadvantaged sections. Even though practices such as untouchability, forced labor, child labor have not been totally eradicated, our constitutional provisions prohibit the same and serve as the bedrock of the legal as well as socio-political strategies for curbing the same. The Supreme Court of India has further internalized the importance of laying down clear normative standards which drive social transformation. Its intervention through strategies such as expansion of the idea of personal liberty under Article 21 and the use of innovative remedies of public interest litigation cases have applied constitutional rights in previously unenumerated settings. Furthermore, the courts allow groups and interests who have unequal bargaining power in the political sphere to present their case in the far more equitable setting of a courtroom. The dilution of the rule of locus standi, among other features, has allowed the courts to recognize and enforce rights for the most disadvantaged sections in society through an expanded notion of judicial review. The test of the Constitution does not exist in vacuum. It is in the hands of dynamic public institutions which understand and respond to the changing concerns of society that constitutional discourses comes to reflect the preferences and aspirations of the people. In such a scenario, the higher judiciary's power to examine, modify legislative provisions is an important part of its role protecting the fundamental rights as well as the scheme of center-state relations. A healthy democratic tradition can be sustained and further deepened through the continued engagement between the wings of government. I am hopeful the present book will further enrich the understanding of how judicial power should be exercised in a democratic setup. I wish all success to the author for having brought out a beautiful book on the Constitution. The lawyers, which normally don't get time to write books, recently we had another book release 2 days back. We have a beautiful set of books published by a lawyer practicing the Delhi High Court. This is a good sign. The lawyers devote time for publishing books.